everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So a couple of days ago I posted a Q&A box over on Instagram, and I told you guys to ask me some questions, and this is probably like the most fun variety of questions I've been asked in a really long time. So let's just jump right into it. Did not hold back. Okay, so first question is your favorite coffee drinks to make at home. So I'm a little bit boring. I just like regular coffee with some caramel almond milk creamer. I don't really make a lot of the fancy drinks that a lot of you guys see all over Instagram. Every now and then I'll like whip out the milk frother, but that's not too often. Just drink regular coffee. Next question. Have you brought any advent calendars? So I actually only bought one this year, and it is the Nespresso advent calendar. I figured if I was going to get anything for advent, it was going to be coffee related. I actually told myself I wasn't going to get any advent calendars this year, and then that one popped up in my feed. I saw my friend Brooke post about it, and I was like, gotta get it. I love coffee, and it's a chance to try out some new things. Do you like your new job? Yes, I do. So I've actually been in the field that I'm in for quite a few months now, but I also recently got a promotion, which I'm super excited about. I do work in the field of human resources. I am a human resources generalist now, and that can mean a variety of things depending on where you work and who you work for, but I truly enjoy my job. I feel like I am in a role where I get to help a lot of people on a day-to-day basis and possibly change the culture that is human resources has been known for, as far as not being on the side of the employee, and that's just not the kind of human resources professional that I am. So super excited to be in this role and super excited to advocate for employees and make sure that they're taken care of. All right, next question. Oh, I love this one. Has it sinked in that your handwriting is going to be in so many planners next year? No, it actually hasn't. Every time I see someone that's chosen to order stickers from a shop that is carrying my font, I get blown away. I get a little bit emotional because, again, this was like a dream of mine to launch my font. As silly as it might seem to some people, it's something that I worked on really hard for, and I finally completed it, and I'm just so happy that it's finally done. And it's surreal to see it in people's planners. Again, like, I always feel so honored that someone would even want anything like my handwriting in their planner. It's awesome. It's really awesome. What is it about content creating that draws you in even during the tough times? Honestly, a lot of it has to do with connecting with people. Obviously, that's the plus to social media, is that you get to connect with people outside of your immediate bubble. So outside of your work friends group, outside of your work people, outside of your immediate family, you get to connect with people from all over the world, from all different kinds of backgrounds, and that's honestly the big plus for me. And it isn't even about creating content, because you can connect with people without creating content, but creating the content has definitely helped that happen a lot faster for me. So definitely love that. How do you keep your momentum going to continue to create amazing content? Well, first of all, thank you. And honestly, I don't focus on momentum. I focus on what I can do when I can actually do it. Like, for instance, this past week and a half or so, I took a complete break from creating videos because I knew that I just didn't have even the mental bandwidth, because I knew that I wanted to give energy to my family during holiday time, and I knew that I was also traveling, and I just know myself, and I think that that's really important to be able to continue to create content, is to know yourself and to understand when you do need those breaks. Because in any job, whether it's creating content on social media or your regular job, at some point you're going to need a break, and it's important that you recognize that and don't drive yourself into burnout where you never ever want to do it again. Do you have an address for people to send you a little something? So one of my goals for 2022 is to finally get a P.O. box. I feel like it's been something that I've been needing for a really long time, and I just don't have one yet, but keep an eye out because I will get one for 2022. Oh, I love this one too. Is your Monica closet still a thing? So if you've been around for a minute, I have a armoire downstairs that is exploding with extra planner things that I just don't have the heart to get rid of. Or, you know, old planners. I love to keep my old planners. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely keep my old planners. But yes, the Monica closet is still a thing, and it is still very, 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 very dangerous to open unprepared. Oh, this is a great question. How are you using your Moxie Life horizontal next year? So if you watched my launch video for Moxie Life last week or the week before, I actually received a horizontal in the flagship. My plan right now is to use it for memory keeping. I don't know that I will use any of the goal setting aspects of that specific planner, simply because I will either be using it in the vertical or in the daily, but for right now the plan is to use the horizontal as a memory keeper. I just feel like for me that's going to work a little bit better as far as like for the journaling aspect of it, and just being able to have this space for pictures and journaling for each day. How much time do you spend on planning related things or tasks per day? So to be quite honest, if I'm really just sitting down just to plan, it's like 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's it. Now, if it's creating content specifically around planning, like creating a reel, creating photography, or thumbnails for videos, that can take several hours, but I definitely don't do it like all in one, like sit down. I don't have the capacity to do that. But I just try to kind of like spread it out. But for regular day-to-day planning for my personal life, it's just 10 to 15 minutes. Look at the things that I have gotten done. Look at the things that need to get pushed to the next day, and then just keep it moving. Next question, how are you? I'm actually doing really, 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 really well. I've had a great past few months, which was very much needed. Like, I'm trying not to say very like too much, but the last couple months are exactly what I didn't know I needed. I had a pretty rough beginning of 2021, and I mean, like many people, but for me it was exceptionally challenging. No, I haven't gone into any detail about it. No, I don't plan to, but it wasn't great, and things just didn't seem to be, I don't want to say going my way, but they just, it was just a hard time, and it was a hard time for me to deal with things. And then the summer came along, and everything just took a turn for the better and better, and it just kept getting better. And I'm extremely thankful, because I'm also one of those people that's just like waiting for the other shoe to drop. I don't know why. I think it's because we spent so much time as a military family. You expect the worst, prepare for the best, hope for the worst, expect, I don't know, but we were always prepared. Oh, now we're getting into some serious questions. Do you prefer working from home or working in an office? I know that this is gonna rub some people the wrong way, or they might not agree, whatever. I prefer working in an office. In my particular field, I think it's exceptionally difficult to support your staff that is on site if you're not on site. That's just how I feel. I know that a lot of people in my industry and human resources don't exactly agree with me, but I don't know, I can't bark at people to do things when I'm not there. I think that's strange. And again, it just depends on where you work and what the needs are, and if you really need to be in office. And where I'm at, I'm needed in office, so it doesn't bother me. No question, just hello. Hi. What do you use for a budget planner? I don't. We do all of our budgeting online or in spreadsheets. I definitely don't use a paper planner. I have tried for years to use some form of paper planning for budgeting. It's not for us. Will you be doing any favorites videos anytime soon? Love those. Yes. I have this like love-hate relationship with favorites videos, because I feel like as a content creator, we all know that there's a little bit of a hidden agenda with a favorites video, right? You're gonna link everything, and 97.65% carefully researched information, just kidding, 96% of it is an affiliate link. Like, I don't watch a single favorites video, and most of the things are affiliate links, and I get it. That's just the nature of the beast. And if I do a favorites video, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not going to be the same for me, but that's why I'm a little bit extra cautious about them and don't necessarily post them quite as often. I might move to only doing them quarterly or even only twice a year, because I was finding myself falling into the trap of buying new things to say that I liked them so that I could share them. And I know that a lot of creators do that. Do you do a weekly plan or a daily plan? I do both. I plan in a daily planner and in a weekly planner. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you miss Disney? A 15. I miss it so much. I was actually just talking to my mom on the way home from work about how Disneyland is just such a different vibe than Disney World, and I'm sure some of you that are like diehard Disney World people are gonna eat me alive for this, but I have been to both now, and I can honestly tell you that if I had to choose between both, I would choose Disneyland hands down. I don't know what it is. It just feels like Disney World feels like the Hunger Games of the Disney industry to me, and Disneyland is just a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill. Like, it's mainly like local people, it seemed like. It just didn't seem so like, I don't know. I've been to Disney World a few times, and each time it is a stressful stressful visit. And to be fair, I haven't been to Disney World since the pandemic started, so it might be a little bit unfair right now to compare the two, but as of right now, if you told me that I could only pick ever going to one for the rest of my life, it would be Disneyland. Please take me back. Will you be traveling for the holidays? Right now, the plan is not to travel at all for the holidays. Obviously, there's constantly changing information out there as far as like what's going on in the world. And right now, with like the health of both of our families, we've decided we would just err on the side of caution and not bring germs to them, if that makes sense. So right now, there's just no plans to travel to see family. Oh, I love this question. Did you go to the EC store while in California? I'm gonna pop in like a really funny picture right here that Jen from over at Jen Plans took of me, but yes, we did go to the EC store. This is the second Erin Condren store I had been to. It was funny because it was just a much smaller version of the one in Austin. It has like the white tree and all of that stuff. I haven't been to the Fairfax store, so that one I haven't really been to, so I really can't compare it, but it was really just like a micro version of the one in Austin, but it was cute. I mean, you guys know my relationship with the brand is slightly different now, so the experience just wasn't the same. I think that the most exciting part for me was seeing Cindy's book carried in the store. I was like, ah, that's my friend. But, and I think Jen and I took a selfie with her picture and we sent it to her, but that was probably the most exciting thing out of anything else. I did get some of their smaller markers, which are not within arm's reach of me, and a little California pin because I love little things like that when I travel. So I did pick up a couple of things while I was there, which was really neat. But yeah, I just, again, it was cool to go, but it was just different. Okay. Oh, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes. I don't know why that's still a question. Okay. What is on your Christmas wish list? Honestly, not a lot, but I do have two things, and it might seem ridiculous to some people, but for years and years and years and years, I have wanted some Tory Burch sandals. That's all. And every time I see them, I'm like, those are so pretty. I cannot bring myself to buy them, but I would love them. A black pair and a brown pair, please. Thank you. How are you doing with your Peloton? We just got ours yesterday. Well, congratulations. I don't want to say that I'm failing at using it, but I'm obviously not using it till its full potential, and I really, really want to get back into using it regularly, but I've just got to figure out where I can fit it in my schedule in a way that makes sense, in a way that doesn't leave me overwhelmed and feeling like crap because I'm not using it. However, even though I'm not using the bike necessarily every day, I still use the app almost every single day. I love it. I love using the meditation workouts on there, just a stretching or yoga workout. Those are great. It doesn't always have to be something that's super like, you know, an in-depth intense workout, and I'm personally okay with that. So do you block people who consistently comment on your content with negativity? I honestly haven't had that many issues with that. If there's an issue with a comment, I have like certain word restrictions on my channel, so I just don't even see things if you use certain words, and I'm not going to tell you what those words are, but I just don't even see it. And then on Instagram, I've just gotten a lot better about just deleting messages and blocking. Comments on pictures, not too bad yet, so I don't want to jinx myself, but I haven't really had too many issues there, thank goodness. How do you become an ambassador for planner companies or pen companies? That's a great question. Oftentimes it's just by invitation. I don't really solicit any brands. It's just not my style of way to connect with brands. I just continue to post content organically. And if they reach out and want to work with me, then I see that if it benefits both of us, then we can move forward. And if not, then we just don't. Tips for someone who is starting up content creating. Do what works for you. There's all kinds of gurus out there telling you how things need to be done, the way they should be done, what you need to do, the order you need to do it. It's almost like there's this like hidden guidebook out there that someone just started making up, like first you do this and then you do this and then you do this. There's no rules in content creating, so people can give you all the tips and advice that they want, but if it just doesn't work for you and it just doesn't feel right for you, then don't do it. That is like my biggest piece of advice. I know that everyone likes to start off with saying, oh, just start and you know everything will follow. That's not always the case. You really have to evaluate what is important to you, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, all of those things. There's a lot more that goes into it, and I could obviously do a whole separate video on that, but the main thing is to do what works for you, not for other people. How many different planners do you use regularly? Just two, a weekly and a daily. I wasn't even sure if I was going to share this question. It's not a question, it was more of a, I don't know, let you guys decide. This person said, just don't show yourself annoyed with a question. It's okay to not show it if you don't want. So am I supposed to have feelings or not? Because I feel like I was just told, don't show my feelings, but it's okay to have feelings. Just don't show them. Okay. Which planner YouTube channel influencers are you closest friends with? I feel like I don't even know how to answer that question. I consider quite a few people on this platform my friends, so all of them, we're all friends, right? Great, okay. How long ago did you start your YouTube channel and what inspired you? Long ago, oh, like 4 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. Years ago, I made like a video here and there, and I really didn't get consistent with creating content until about 3 years ago. So yeah, consistently about 3 years now. What inspired me, honestly, was other friends and content creators creating content. Like, they inspired me and even cheered me on to create more content, and that's what I love about this community, is people uplifting one another. And even though they might be doing the same thing that you're doing, like, it's never the exact same. So I love it when you can surround yourself with people that encourage you to do that and follow your dreams. This was an interesting question. Why don't you share more about your Hispanic heritage? I don't know what else is there to share other than I'm Puerto Rican. I don't really know what that question meant. Like, why don't I share more? I'm Puerto Rican. I could go into more detail about my family's lineage, but some of that also seems a little bit private. Like, I don't need to like go all the way down to the exact town or street that my grandparents' farm was on. I don't. Okay. Do you think the pandemic changed your course, path of your career and life choices? Abso-freaking-lutely. Like, without a doubt, it made me realize what I will and will not tolerate from an employer. It made me realize what I am willing and not willing to give up, what I am willing to do for others, what others aren't necessarily willing to do for me and my family to keep me safe. Things like that. It's definitely shaped the decisions that I have made, and they've all been like good decisions. I feel like I've changed career paths, and that was guided by what was going on in the world. I not only changed career paths once, I changed it twice. So it definitely had an impact on some of the decisions that I make, down to travel, business, personal life, all of those things. So I don't think that there's a single person on this earth who hasn't been in some way impacted by what's going on in the world. Love this question. Will you be doing any live streams in 2022? Absolutely. Another one of my goals for 2022 is to go live more often over here on YouTube. I have not figured out how to do that. I'm sure it's a lot more simple than I am playing it out in my head. I'm sure I'm overcomplicating it like I do everything else, but hopefully that's a goal of mine that I can achieve in 2022, but I would love to go live more over here. I know that, you know, Instagram is really pushing for people to go live and use that platform more for video than anything else, but I'm definitely going to do more lives. It's just been a little bit more difficult lately with just life. This is a frequent question that I get, so I might as well answer it right. So out of the loop here. Last I remember, you were only working at home. Now I'm all confused. We're all confused. I don't work from home anymore. I work in human resources. I'm new to having a stack and want to know how to manage things being in multiple places. I think they mean in multiple planners. So I have a weekly and I have a daily planner. They serve two very different purposes. My week planner just gives me like a nice overview of the entire week. It has, you know, like big picture things like appointments and meetings and work things and doctor's appointments and all of that stuff. But it's a big snapshot of our week, whereas my daily planner is definitely a little bit more detailed and just gets down to the nitty-gritty of habits and routines and things for that specific day. And that's what I love more about daily planning more than weekly, because it is all about the details, and those are the things that really inspire me. Like, I love the checklists. I love making checklists for any little thing, because checking something off is very, very inspiring to me and motivating. So that's why I gravitate more towards the daily. But I think it's really easy, especially if you kind of get down to a rhythm. Give it a couple of months for yourself if you're looking to use multiple planners, and just have fun with it. If it doesn't work for you, then don't do multiple planners. All right, guys, that is it for this Q&A video. If you guys have any other questions, please be sure to put them down below in the comments of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are already subscribed, make sure that you click that red notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.